Action. Hello. Sorry to be laughing. We're going to be doing a special edition today. Today is the Queen's funeral, and we already had this call scheduled before I knew it was going to be the Queen's funeral, and it kind of felt like a bit icky because everyone's been taking it off today, and been a day of reflection on the Queen and not working and discussing other things. So I thought today we'll just make a quick call, sort of check in, and also just to share a couple of oils linked to today, which would be about things relating, because the nation has been in, actually the whole world has been in mourning for this lady.
A massive end of an era, a massive mark in history.
It is. It's a massive thing in history. I watched the funeral today. I was at home all day and I had it on in the background while I was working, and it was really touching and really moving. And it's one of those moments that you look at and then you think, God, I will never see this again in my lifetime in the same way. There won't be a queen definitely in my lifetime again. And she was on the throne for 70 years.
Yeah, it's amazing.
70 years. She's the longest reigning queen, I think, in the history of the monarchy.
British monarchy, definitely.
Yeah. So it was a really touching, moving moment. And to see all those people mourning and grieving, like full on, like missing this woman, it was really really quite moving. Anyway, I thought to myself that we'll still do this call. We'll just touch on a couple of the things today around this topic, and we'll share with you, or hand over to Heather soon to share with you a couple of the oils which could be used if you are somebody who's upset by these events, in mourning, thinking about the loss of the Queen or another loved one. So what have you got for us this time, Heather?
Okay. So this was dropped on me last minute to do our call on the third Monday of every month. So, this call was planned. And yes, like Michelle said, we kind of felt it was more fitting to change it and make it slightly more respectful. So, we are focusing on grief. Now, it can be grief of a loved one, grief of an animal, grief of a person, any kind of grief. Grief comes in different ways. Comes in waves. 1 minute you're fine and then you're down again and up and down. So it's really nice to have those essential oils to kind of give you that oily hug, that warmth, that support that you need.
Yeah, because they are comforting. Oils can be very comforting.
Definitely. Yes, especially we've picked a couple of oils about grief. So I'm going to give you a few different blends and roller balls, and then I'm going to go into a bit more depth about some of them. Okay, so a quick diffuser blend this is for support, for emotional support. You'd use 2 marjoram, 2 lemon, 2 clary sage, 2 rosemary, and 2 bergamot. So you've got some really grounding, comforting oils and then some uplifting ones. And if you wanted to make a roller ball, if you wanted to carry it around, if something's happening, you're going out and about and you need that extra comfort, a nice roller ball is 12 bergamot, 8 frankincense, and 5 vetiver.
Now, I don't know much about oils. I say something to embarrass myself. I don't know about this, but the ones that you've just shared, like the rosemary and the marjoram and things like that, and the clary sage, they smell, I think, of grandma.
You had a pretty cool grandma there.
They've got a grandma-y smell. It's that comforting, like.
Oh, you mean in a comforting sense?
Like in an
I thought you meant in an old fusty way.
No, like in a grandmother-y, kind of like, I associate rosemary and things with my nan, and things like that. So no, not in a fusty way. in a comforting sort of older, wiser, in a reminiscent kind of way. For me, anyway.
Like giving that comforting hug, that support.
Not everyone had a granny that smelled like rosemary, but I know my nan used to use it a lot. And reminds me of my nan. So
no, I was going to then, if you were saying, oh, they smell all old-fashioned and nasty, I was going to say, let's play the game of make Michelle smell the oils and watch her reaction. We are going to play that a little bit later. So another blend to give yourself permission to grieve, because a lot of people, they there's all the different phases in grief, and they hold it in, and they're like, no, I'm not allowed to be upset. I'm, I have to hold this in. I have to be strong.
And do you know what? You've seen a lot of that, like particularly the Queen's kids,
The
like
family.
Charles and things. You haven't seen a tear shed, a single tear. So they must
In
be
public, yeah,
really
they have
keeping
to.
it together. Even at the vigils, they did a vigil with all the grandchildren. They did a vigil with all the children. And it
Wow.
was public while the public were walking past the coffin and everything, and they just stood there in silence. But you could see it was very, very difficult for them to.
I think that's part of what makes it so emotional, that they're holding it all in and they can't release it.
Yeah.
But actually, grief is a process, and you have to work through the steps.
Yeah.
And it's okay to grieve. You have to give yourself permission to grieve.
Mm.
So a really nice one for that, a blend to give yourself kind of that permission to grieve, to start working through the process, is 2 cypress, 2 wild orange, and 1 patchouli. And they're just diffuser
That
blends.
sounds like a nice one.
Now, I really love the fact that doTERRA have done blends for us. They've got their own blends that are already mixed, they're already made up, and they've kind of done all the thinking for you. So you don't have to go and research all of them, all the oils, and put them together.
And I think we've mentioned this before, that some of the blends have some of the more expensive oils in that you wouldn't
Yes.
necessarily normally buy an entire bottle of.
Yeah.
So it's good as well, because they have mixtures of the, more pricier oils in comparison to some of the cheaper ones. So it balances out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. So we have Console. Now, Console comes in a bottle. It comes in a 5 ml bottle, or you can buy it as the Touch Roller Ball. And that's a really nice one. It basically does, it's not console at all. That's the computer games. Console. Slight difference. I'm about to say it does what it says on the bottom, thinking console.
Same spelling.
Console. Yes, console. Now that can be used aromatically, topically, and it can be used neat. However, like we normally say, until you get used to an oil, if you're a little bit sensitive, dilute it first. You can use it neat, but err on the side of caution. It's not one of the sensitive oils that's a hot oil that said you must not use it neat. You can. I'm going to let Michelle smell it because she's not smelled it before.
Console. There it is. I love it. It's a little bit Vixy.
Do you think?
Yeah, it reminds me of my childhood, like when I was ill. Not in a bad way.
Okay.
No,
Moving on to
not
the
in a
next
bad
one,
way.
no.
Like when I was ill and my mum would do something to make me feel better.
Right, okay.
I've got a terrible way of wording things sometimes. Yes, it's like, I don't know, it reminds me of something that my mum would have put on my pillow or something like that. But
Well, you can actually do that with Console. Yes, that's one of the things
it's
you can
really
do.
lovely.
It's got frankincense in it.
Ah, see, I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of frankincense.
Yes. Again, like you said
Yeah.
about the more costly oils as well, frankincense is maybe one of the higher priced
really
ones.
lovely.
So it's got frankincense, patchouli, ylang ylang, sandalwood, rose. Now, rose is one of the top priced oils, but the qualities in rose are just amazing, especially for love, for grief, for anything like that. So the fact it's got rose in it is fantastic.
It's
Osmanthum flower, and there's a few other oils in there as well, but it's a really soft, delicate blend that's kind of giving you that essential oil hug. That's what it's designed
It's really
for.
lovely. And definitely if I had children, I've got nearly 5. With my children, this is something I would definitely give to my child if they were feeling not too good or having trouble sleeping,
Yeah.
or
Soothing.
yeah, or even for a child who was grieving, like lost a parent or a grandparent or something like that. It's really a very, very comforting smell that sort of reminds you of like everything's okay. I feel that that's the frankincense element in it as well, because I do have that with frankincense, but that smells a lot better than frankincense.
It's a nice blend.
Yeah, because frankincense on its own is a little bit like churchy smell.
So when I smell that, I just smell the ylang ylang.
Yeah,
That's what I pick out of it.
Yeah, well, I smell
Funny,
it,
different people pick different things, and that's the beauty of the essential oil. Depending on what you need and what kind of works with you, you'll smell it differently than I will. But yeah, the frankincense, you can smell it in there.
To me, that's like a prettier smelling frankincense, but it has the same effect.
Definitely.
like for me anyway. Yeah.
It's quite floral. So it's like a florally scent, tree
Mm.
scent. It's to give the feeling of comfort during periods of sadness. So if you're feeling hopeless, gives you an extra dose of emotional strength. So it's not just to comfort, it's to kind of lift you up a little bit and try and get you moving through those stages of grief. You can diffuse it, or it's really nice to apply over your heart or over your wrists. It's sweet, it's kind of musky, it's a bit florally. So you get the muskiness of the frankincense, the floral of the ylang ylang. It's a lovely blend. So it provides a comforting aroma. It serves as a companion while you work towards hopefulness.
Yeah.
So it's going to really hold your hand, creates an uplifting and positive atmosphere. So losing someone you love, it's obviously really, really traumatic and disorientating. This, you could gift it to someone if you've had anyone that's had a loss and you want to help people when they're going through a hard time. And sometimes you don't know how.
Yeah.
And sometimes just being there, sometimes they want to talk, sometimes they don't want to talk. Just gifting them a little bottle of this could really help them.
And it literally, having smelt it, it would be something that you would give someone and just say, I hope this makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Like, I think this will make you feel better.
And it's just that little.
Yeah, because oftentimes as well, when people are grieving, there's nothing you can really say to them that's going to make it feel better. And you're always like, what do I say? Like,
what do I not say?
Yeah, like everything's going to be fine. And people, people don't want to hear that sometimes when they've heard of someone just dying that they care about. So it's a perfect thing to just say,
I feel you, I hear you, I acknowledge you,
I can't do much, but this is what I can do.
Yeah, and I really think that would touch someone.
Yeah.
And if they're willing to use the oils, I think the comfort they would get, it's actually called the comforting blend. That's what it's marketed as. But it really helps you close the door on sadness and kind of take the first steps towards getting back to normal.
Yeah, again. I imagine as well, it sort of like lifts you up a little bit.
It's all about emotional healing, comforting and about not just the comfort side, but taking it to the next level for the emotional healing side. Yeah. So you can diffuse it at times of loss or times when you need comfort. It might not even be a death. You might have lost a job. You might be going through a breakup. It could be any type of loss. Maybe you've lost something that was really sentimental to you, an actual physical object. But when you need that comfort and that emotional healing, it's a great oil. So you can apply it over the heart, over in the morning and nighttime as a reminder to be patient with yourself and to allow yourself to grieve. Helps you think positive thoughts. You can add a couple of drops, to the collar of your shirt or onto a scarf just to smell throughout the day. It's really nice to help you sleep. Yeah. So when you're grieving, you know what it's like. It's really hard to fall asleep. Sleep is probably what you need the most, and sleep is pretty traumatic. So 2 drops of Console and 5 drops of Aroma Touch. Now, Aroma Touch is a very different oil. Again, it's one of the doTERRA blends. It's a skincare oil, but it's really used mostly topically, although you can diffuse it. And it's about massage. It's about that kind of tenderness you need, that physical touch, that support. I'm going to let Michelle smell it. Okay, it's very different.
Wow, that's like really refreshing and minty almost, isn't it?
Yes. So you can imagine the combination of the two together.
It's like invigorating, like wake up.
Well, that's the peppermint you're picking up on. It's got cypress, marjoram, basil, grapefruit, yet lavender. So it's soothing, but it's kind of invigorating at the same time. So it's clean, it's fresh, it's minty.
Yeah, it's smooth. It's like
it's powdery.
Yeah, it's minty, but like smooth.
It's like wine tasting this. It
is.
I love Michelle's reactions to these oils that she doesn't smell. I'm like, smell this. I said to her, you're not smelling them till we're on the
thing is, you have to be careful because some of the things come out.
Yes, that's true. So the Aroma Touch, it soothes the skin, it provides a relaxing aroma, and it's a massage blend. So it's really comforting and relaxing. So together, those two are really nice for sleep. So that's the Aroma Touch and the Console.
Yeah, and it's also sort of like, the way I see it, you know, it's sort of a celebration of life, that one, you know, you
Mm.
feel alive, you feel like more alert, like, you know, like it might pull you out of something. If you're feeling really down or something like that, it might pull you out of it.
It's funny because the oils in there, like you're picking up on the kind of lifting you up. Peppermint is really good to waken you up, but also you can use it to help you sleep. It's kind of bizarre. Again, with grapefruit, it's a really uplifting oil, but it's about uplifting yourself into that positive place so you can sleep peacefully. It's not about sleep. It's about getting that good quality, restful sleep where you actually wake up
the quality
feeling
of the sleep.
good.
Yes, because people are like, well, I don't need oils to sleep because I sleep at night, but the quality of the sleep is really important. Like,
That's exactly it.
yeah,
Because when you've spent all night running in your sleep and you're waking up and you're more tired than you were when you went to bed, yes, you've slept all night, you know, you check your Fitbit, you check whatever it is, and you're like, oh, I got 9 hours sleep. But when you actually look into it, it's not the right quality of sleep.
and also as well, if you're a mum or a new mum and you've got a baby and, you know, your sleep is constantly interrupted, you know, those times when you do have those, you know, short bursts of being able to take a nap or a kip or whatever, you know, to really strengthen the quality of that nap or that sleep is also really helpful, I think, particularly to
Yes.
get you through the day, because it's tough when
Because if you're only having 4 hours sleep, there needs to be 4 hours of really good quality
Yeah.
sleep. So people think, oh, avoid peppermint before you go to bed, avoid the citruses before you sleep. Actually, that's not true. It's not about that. Also, you want to go to sleep feeling positive. You don't want to go to sleep feeling negative and thinking bad thoughts, because you're going to take those into your sleep with you.
Yeah.
So it's about getting yourself in the right mental headspace to have that peaceful sleep. So we have a really nice blend, warm and cozy, 2 drops of console, 2 ginger, 1 wild orange. And then if you want to just have a nice relaxing evening, you've got 2 console, 2 patchouli and 1 cedarwood. So they're really nice. So when you want to find comfort, you want to feel consoled, you want to feel content, healed, restful, serene, or just become whole again.
But
That's a really good oil to go to.
And grief is actually really emotionally draining, you know, even if you're, you know, you're not physically tired, just you can get very emotionally tired, and
definitely,
you know, that can really help with that.
So 10 ways to use it. You can inhale it directly from your hands. So like any of the oils, you can put a couple of drops in your hands, cup them over your nose and mouth, and just really deep breaths. So I would say, you know, 4 in, inhale for 4 breaths and exhale for 6. When you're exhaling, it's really important to empty those lungs, because when the lungs are empty, your body's a magnificent thing that it will automatically breathe in, and then you're getting that big deep inhale. So it's really good just to put them over your hands and just some really nice deep breaths, but deep breaths with intent. Watch your intentions, watch what you're thinking when you're taking those breaths.
Mindful breath.
Yes. Diffuse at times of loss to comfort the soul. You can make a calming room spray. That's a nice one. So just 15 drops in an 8-ounce glass bottle. Fill it up with water, distilled water, and then just use it as a room spray. You could spray your bedding.
Yeah, potentially put that on your bedding. I was going to say your pillow and
your bedding, your car, your room, wherever you want. But that's very easy room spray to make. You can add 2 or 3 drops of warm bath with some Epsom salts. So the Epsom salts are going to help you relax. The magnesium is going to help soothe your muscles, and that's a nice one. We did in this month's kit, we did shower steamers, because we don't have baths. So you could actually put some in a shower steamer with some Epsom salts as well, and benefit that way. You can apply it over the heart morning and night as a reminder to be patient with your healing. People, you know, they grieve and they're like, I should be over it by now. Why am I still upset? When actually there's no time frame on grief. So be patient, allow yourself to grieve and give yourself that care and patience. You would to a friend, you know, you need to do the same to yourself. Apply 1 or 2 drops to your shirt collar or a scarf to smell throughout the day. Apply to the bottom of your feet at bedtime. So we've said before, the soles of the feet are a really good place to apply the oils. There's no pores or no small fine pores that can be blocked on the soles of your feet. It's a really good place to apply your oils. So that's nice to help comfort you and help you unwind. put a few drops on your pillow at night.
Mhm.
And you can use diffuser jewelry. We've not really touched on that so much, but you get like lava stone necklaces. You get necklaces that have the
yes.
little felt pads in that you can put inside and change them. So you
Mm.
could add it to a piece of jewelry to have with you throughout the day to kind of comfort you all day.
Mm.
And you can apply it to your forehead and your chest when you're meditating.
Mm.
So kind of working the third eye, working with your heart chakra, and that will help you. Need a hug. 3 console, 3 balance, and 3 frankincense. It's a really nice blend. It's healing and it's grounding. The other ones that are really good for grief, so you've got the console, cypress, which dissolves the feeling of remorse and emotional emptiness.
Mm.
Serenity, which is another one of the doTERRA blends, and it's particularly used for sleep. It's a fantastic, really relaxing blend. It's the restful blend, so it's all about relaxation, tranquility. So it's grounding and calming, and it targets ailments that are stemmed to the nervous system.
Okay.
So that's a really nice one as well. And bergamot.
Love the
We
bergamot.
love bergamot. Bergamot in chocolate, bergamot in wine, bergamot in almost anything is a really nice one. But bergamot's more of an uplifting blend.
Mm.
So again, you're trying to turn things positive and uplift. It's not just about the comfort, it's about the uplifting as well. So it has the unique ability to be uplifting, but also calming at the same time. It delivers powerful antidepressants.
Particularly when it's mixed with gin. That's very calming.
So you can powerful antidepressant, anti-anxiety, and restorative energy. So it's like bright, it's energetic, and it just encourages you to let go. And that's a really simple one to use. doTERRA have this lovely herbal fusion tea, and that's actually got bergamot in it. So something like, thank you. Something like one of the teas would be nice, soothing. You can add bergamot to your normal cup of tea. You could add it with some warm water, just one little drop. Like Jim said, gin, calling you gin now. Like Michelle said, it's great with gin.
And what's on your mind?
Yes, bergamot is a lovely oil to do. So console is great with wild orange. You can apply it on the skin. So I didn't know this was a new one for me, that it actually helps with fine lines and wrinkles. So again, you can add it to your moisturizer, or you could add it directly onto your fine lines.
What about deep lines? I've got a lot of deep lines. mine went non-fine a long time ago.
And also it's good for the libido to support and nurture and help the libido. So you add it to the lower abdomen and the pulse points. So that was a good one. Right. Just before we finish up, we did do 2 blends. Actually, we've got 2 blends for you, and then one little thing to answer, which was a question from last time. So we have a blend for the Queen. Okay.
Lovely.
Just 7 rows. We had to go for the top oil, the best oil there is, the most expensive. It's caring, it's loving, it's nurturing, it's all about the heart. So 7 rows, 6 cedarwood, 4 jasmine, 4 peppermint, 2 bergamot, and 2 grapefruit.
That sounds lush.
It does.
I love jasmine. I love that. I love all of those oils actually.
Yes, it's got that real kind of regal feel to it with all the rose. And you can almost feel that, like that queenly vibe, that loving, motherly, yet strong and powerful.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really nice one. And then because obviously we now have a new king, we can't leave him out. So we have a blend for the king. And of course it's got frankincense, king of all oils. So it's 5 frankincense, 3 jasmine, 2 bergamot, 1 lavender, 1 melissa, and 1 ylang ylang.
Is melissa a flower?
Yes, and it's one of the really expensive top.
Okay.
Not really. It's one of the more costly, amazing oils. So yes, that's a nice one. So again, you've got some of the really top oils in there with lots of qualities, but you've got that strength. You've got frankincense, you know, the daddy, the king of all the oils.
Yeah.
So thought that was good. Now, last week we had Hannah ask us about the plastic.
Oh,
Because
yes.
doTERRA have plastic spray bottles, and they have the pumps for the doTERRA foaming soap. And she said, you know, you keep telling us to use the glass bottles. Why are doTERRA selling plastic? So I said, I'll get back to you on that one. So I wanted to share with you all. So I went away and did some research. Now there's 2 types of plastic that can be used with essential oils. And it's the PET plastic and I need to get my letters right, the HDPE, which is what doTERRA use, which is the high density polyethylene bottles. So the plastic in those, it's got a different molecular structure and it can't be broken down by the essential oils.
Okay.
So now
So
that
it's
makes
certain
sense.
types of plastic.
Yes, it's certain types. So in any essential oil training I've done, we've always been told just to go for the glass bottles. And I think it's because you can't always guarantee.
You can't always determine whether it's just your normal plastic,
Yes.
or if it's a special plastic that works with oils. Yeah.
The good thing is nowadays people are becoming more aware of plastics, and people are trying not to kind of use these plastics in the house. You know, you're not using them in the microwave, and people are more aware of the damage of plastic and the toxins involved.
Yes.
So those are the 2 types of plastics that you can use with essential oils, which is what doTERRA is using. They're using the HDPE plastic.
Okay.
Because I remember saying to Hannah, like, but it must be okay because doTERRA wouldn't sell plastic spray bottles that can't be used with their oils.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly why. It's always nice to have a reason.
You've
so
cleared that one up for us.
Yes.
Thank
I felt
you.
that was important. That we got that cleared.
Yeah, that's definitely really good information. Perfect. So thank you so much. Guys, we will close off the call now. It's been very, very lovely. Thank you so much for listening for this special edition today on the Queen's funeral, a moment in history.
Yes.
They'll never be repeated. 19th of September 2022. So it's good night from us, and definitely good night from the Queen, and we will see you next time.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.